He's on.
Aloha. How you doing? Welcome to Hibachi Talk. Grab yourself a chair, towel, and a libation, and come sit down and join us today for another time to enjoy a few moments together in a libation. I'm Gordo the Tech Czar. I'm here with Andrew the security guy.
Aloha.
The traveling fool just got off the plane again, so nice to have you back home.
I'm back. Hillbilly's here.
Oh yeah, he's in there. Oh, there
Whoa.
he is. He's in
He don't like our towel.
Yeah. Hey, we got a new tablecloth. You know how we're
We're upgrading.
We're upgrading. Our budget has gone off the scale now.
Oh yeah, this was like 90 cents.
Do you want to split it, or are you going to eat it?
No, I'll eat it. I got this one.
You got this one? Oh, do you
Nick
think
gives
so?
us free water. So.
Yeah, that's true. It's amazing. It's amazing. So we have another fun show. We have Deena Tearney with us today.
Awesome.
So she runs a Pacific Point business and IT consulting. So
Yeah.
woman-owned consulting business, and we
Awesome.
talk about this all the time
Yes,
about
we do.
why there's not enough women in the tech business, but the ones that are
And
excellent.
there's not enough running government IT projects for sure.
That's
They'd be getting done.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a good point, because we were talking about
Think
that. So
of that.
got an audit. In yesterday's paper, the state's going to do another IT audit. And they bring in a mainland firm at $150,000 to do an IT audit.
Because all the old gray-haired guys that had a job to do in the first place weren't doing it.
I don't know why you got all these
Just
people in
saying.
there. I'm not saying anything, but my point.
I can say it. You're former gov.
I know, I can't say
They
anything.
won't hire me.
Yeah, well, they won't hire me either. Forget them. Keyword being former. So anyways, but here's again, I talk about this all the time. They go to they bring a mainland firm in, and we're sitting on a
company
plethora
like Deena's
of
right here.
talent
They
that
didn't
can
have
do
to
this
go-
work for half the price, do a far better job. They're here locally. They'll pay the local taxes. They're the ones that got their name on the piece of paper, and they'll be around.
Yeah.
But no, we're going to bring the guys in from the mainland again.
Yeah, why?
150,000.
It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
I want to just go hang myself.
They're not allowed to, remember they can't watch social media anymore, so they won't see our episode, unfortunately, while they're working. So, Deena, if they're not online later, they're not going to see you here today.
Yeah, because
They could have got a solution right here on Hibachi Talk.
They could have given everybody an hour break, 45-minute break
And think of that, the
every
employees
Friday.
would have came to him and said, hey, you could have hired a local company.
Yeah.
Here's Deena right on TV.
I remember a legislator about 15 years ago who wanted to give all the civil servants 15-minute nap breaks on a regular basis. Don't go why. He's no longer a legislator, so.
Amen.
Amen. So, but yeah, that was one of his proposals.
Okay.
So.
Let's get some real news.
Anything to get.
No, let's go. What do you got?
Well,
do you have a tech job deal?
Oh yeah.
Got
so
one?
We got.
What do we got?
We always
Let's
have.
do
We
that.
always have our segment. Got one tech job. We tell everybody you got to get into this industry. It's an industry, or you could end up doing this kind of work. So, Zuri, I don't know if you got a shot there. We could bring up and see. So got one tech job. So if you don't, if you don't go to school or do your studies,
This is how you make your living?
This could be your living.
Ooh.
Which is short.
What do you figure that? What do you think it pays?
Not much.
Oh,
Tell you,
my
not
God.
much, I tell you. So anyway, so remember, I
Dude,
tell you,
that's
go to
freaking
school, keep studying, get an education, get into tech. Or you too could have this
Yeah, it
fun-filled.
just takes one bad afternoon.
What if he sneezed?
All right.
Either one.
Dude, that's hectic.
That's it. Either one. Got one tech job.
Wow.
So, got one tech job. I got some news. But before we do news, and I don't want to bring the show down or anything, but we had a shooter yesterday, another one. And all I'm going to point out is that on the last show, you said, when you did your security minute, that they always announce they're going to do it.
A high percentage,
high
yeah.
percentage.
They tell someone within 24 hours
Within
that
24
they're
hours.
going to do something.
And guess what? This guy had already lit it up. It had already put it up. It had already been up there online
No one
that he was
watched
going to
it.
do it.
No one believed it
And no
or
one
no one
believed
paid
it. No one
attention.
said anything. Like you said last week, just get on the phone, call the
somebody.
authorities and whatever. No one did a
Intervene.
thing.
Call your friends if they're in distress and try to help them, send them to some counseling, whatever, man.
I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy over this stuff.
Yeah,
Anyway, I picked up there's a lot of news this week, man. I tell you, a lot of
I'm
news.
glad I wasn't here for
Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
It all went away.
Another one of your security trips. So anyway, I'm going to talk about Twitter. So Twitter's
Okay.
in the news again. So the founder is going to become the chief executive officer again. So they're moving him back into that slot. It's interesting. They announced that and the stock went down. So those kinds of things. So anyway, so he's going to be taking over the official role of the CEO either real soon or right
Which
now.
he held before.
Which he did before.
Right.
Yeah, and so,
On the way up,
yeah,
so
he did. So he's
they're
gonna start that
foundering
up.
a bit.
But they're gonna be doing a whole bunch of new opportunities within the Twitter space itself.
Sure.
So new enhancements and things like that. I know one of the things that they're talking about is larger than 140 characters.
Yeah.
Now, I personally got used to 140 characters, and I'm pretty good at it now. So, if they change it to 160, I'll have to write more.
Yeah, I think they lost, when you want to, a lot of the retweets exceed it, right? And so that a lot of people don't know that, and it attenuates the links.
okay.
And so I think they can do a better job with the marketing aspect of that. And Tara Kuhlman was talking about that a little bit.
Yeah.
People like that medium, but they've got to do a little bit more with it. And I think that's why they brought him back. Hopefully he'll help.
He'll help, and we'll see what happens there. Because anyway, the stock's down around $24 a share now, so.
You buying?
No.
Okay. Me neither, not at that price.
Because you ask me this stuff all the time. My answer's always going to be no, Because I'm going to get someone on the street going to say, I heard you say buy Twitter, and I bought Twitter, and I lost
It's
my
probably
whole
going to be Mark.
And they're going to blame me. So no, just put your money in Bitcoin.
Just
Don't put your money in Bitcoin. So anyway, so you got that. That's what happened. So Lyft, Lyft.
Yes.
They're in the news, but not because of their Uber competition of all those kinds of things. They are competing with Uber in a whole different space right now. Tech talent. They are battling it out to get tech
really?
talent. Uber and Lyft are struggling to find tech resources.
Tech resources, yeah. I think that whole community is. I think everybody is. They're wide open hiring. I saw Dean Draco posted he does a cloud-based video product that we're familiar with, and he built Barracuda Networks. He's got Michael Dell backing, but they full on social media advertising for help.
Yeah, it's just going.
I think Python and a couple specific things he's looking for.
It's going off the scale, and I don't have this on my news part here, but there's a thing, Google's doing a whole bunch of redo thing on advertising and stuff, and we'll be looking forward to that coming out, and I'll talk about it when we get a little more information on it. So then there's that one. So now there's another one, it's on office space wars. So,
what?
Yeah, Seattle, San Francisco, and it's all the tech companies are coming in. And what's interesting, it's not only the tech companies coming in and taking the space, they're taking the space, and the people that are in the building are complaining about the non-tech companies are complaining about having the tech companies in there.
Wow.
Because the suits aren't happy about the non-suits coming in.
I bet.
So you got them in their shorts and their slippers, their tank tops, running droids around the place and whatever. Very informal, and all the suits are in there, and they've got clients coming in, and they got people on the elevator who look like they're
It's just not professional.
kind of homeless, maybe.
It's a changing of that guard and that level of professionalism and respecting the talent, and not the suit maybe.
Yeah.
What's in a suit anyway?
I know. Well,
I mean, it depends.
Well,
Sometimes
again,
good,
we'll go back to
sometimes
earlier.
not.
Oh, that's someone from the mainland. Obviously, they know more, and we got to pay them more because they wear a suit and tie.
Yeah.
Let's wear a suit and tie one of the shows. I have ties. I have suits. So
I'll bring it over here and put it on here. I ain't walking here in it.
you afraid someone downtown's going to see you?
Yeah. Like, have you lost your mind?
Oh wait. So, or are you going? You have a court. You're going to court.
Yeah, they'll think I'm going to court.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're going to think you're going to court. So, other thing that's in the news is credit cards. So, October 1st.
Yeah, EMV.
October 1st was the day that the chip card was
EMV chip, yep.
supposed to be in place.
Sure.
No.
Yeah, and they've known about this for 2 years now.
Yes.
They gave them that date. I believe it was 2 years ago. It might have been a little longer than
Yeah.
that. They had quite a while to get ready.
Yep. So only 27% of the merchants have the terminals that can read it,
Yeah.
and only 50 some odd % of the providers of the card
Have issues.
have the technology available. So
Okay.
they haven't even
Interesting.
gone there yet. Now, I told you this before, that Walmart was up on it, because downtown I went to Walmart, and you don't swipe it anymore. You got to
Contact.
put the
Or
chip in.
contactless.
So they came up on it already. So I'm assuming because they have it here, they've done it nationwide. So
Yeah, and it's doable. I mean, it's just about them spending the money, and I think a lot of this is all the small businesses don't want to have, they try to make them pay for the term. If the bank doesn't have to pay for it, then they'll push that down.
Yeah.
And so they little push back, but I mean, soon you'll have to have that because that'll be the only thing that works.
Yeah.
Right?
Now
They got to get the cards out.
There is one group that's been exempted from it and got an extra year to get everything put up, and that's the gas stations.
Really?
Yeah, so I thought that was
And they're
interesting.
victimized
And
a
they've
lot.
been victimized a
Yeah.
lot, but they've got to stay until 2017, I believe. So that's happening on that side. And then
As if that business can't afford it. Of all the businesses, I mean, look how much money
Are
they
you
make.
telling me you think the oil industry is not making money?
Yeah, so, I mean, of all of them
Not.
that could afford it, like
No way, I can't.
I know they don't always own their little outlet concessions
Yeah,
in those
yeah.
stores, but a lot of them do.
But
Anyway.
please. Anyway,
with
so
the
that's
pro- get
that.
with the
But gas
program.
prices keep coming down, so that's pretty good. So I'm happy with that. Another hack. It's like I got a hack of the week.
We should have that.
Oh, there's our new segment.
It would be all kind of news.
A hack of the week. So anyway, the hack this time, if you're a T-Mobile subscriber,
I saw that.
you got it. So, and it was through Experian too. It was a combination
Yeah,
of
it was,
Experian,
yeah.
the
Because they did their credit check.
credit checking,
and that was the,
and
that
with
was the
T-Mobile.
whole.
So the president of T-Mobile's furious, apparently. Well, I would be too. But 15 million.
Because he'll be losing his job next.
Yeah, it'd be like Aloha.
The
Yeah.
C heads fall now. It's good.
Yeah, so 15 million. 15 million
Yeah, and I heard it was,
T-Mobile records
yeah.
this week.
And
So
it was name, social, it was all the stuff you need to do
all
to
the
apply
kind
for
of
credit.
stuff when
So
you go in there to apply for your credit
credit.
for them, because it's harder to get a mobile phone than it is to get a new car.
Is that right?
You notice that, you can go into buy a new car and drop $30,000, and these sales guys will be selling it to you in a heartbeat. You go in to get a mobile phone, you're in there for 4 hours.
Seriously?
No, forever. It takes forever.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Then there was a meeting in San Francisco, Seattle, about whether or not we were going to see another tech bubble. So I was going to ask you that question. Do you think we're going to see another tech bubble?
Yeah.
I
don't
think
see how not. I mean, because
the prices
as
are
far
too
as
high.
markets rising and falling,
Yeah.
that's the natural state. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I'd say yes, bubble. How big, how bad, how broad?
Yeah,
I don't know, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's how markets work.
Yeah, so that's how the market, but it was like a 50-50. They had the quote-unquote experts that were talking about. Half were saying, yeah, a bubble, the other half were not saying there's a bubble.
Saying it's
So
coming later.
It's coming later. I think the bubble will be the prices. I think that the values will be the bubble. Now, there will be some that will drop off as a result of that. But they were saying in Seattle, just in the past year, there's been 400 new tech companies.
Wow.
So,
Well, the money, there's all that pent up money. Everybody held on to their money, so
Yeah,
there's investment
yeah,
money, and
right.
if that leads to, that doesn't necessarily lead to a bubble. If they're all overvalued and all that, then it'll be harder hit.
it'll
so
drop-
we'll
it'll
have to
drop
see.
down.
Sure.
well, anyway, I always try to have little interesting news segments that are a
Thank
little
you.
bit different. Now, you don't have a security minute today, but you were on a security trip. So
I was
tell me
I was at
what
As
trip
Is,
you were on.
the
You're always on a
The
trip.
American Society for Industrial Security this week. I don't think it was a heavily attended show, actually, but it's so big now that it may have there's more space, so it didn't seem as crowded. I will report on some amazing technologies, 2 of which were newly introduced, prior DoD technologies that have now been made commercial. Some really amazing stuff, and I've got to figure out a way to show it, talk about it, and show it on here that is meaningful for people. But there's the industry's alive and well, that's for sure. There's been some advancements. Obviously the wireless lock sets continue to roll out, and the various
Right.
people are using their phones on those. And there's a lot of discussion around the security of all these devices. The whole Internet of Theft problem that we've talked about, and there was a lot of that type of discussion as well, held with a few people, some of which will be out here for AFCEA, which is coming up. So
Oh, that's right. I've been asked to present it.
I'm hoping to bring Rodney Thayer out too. So
Okay.
we'll
So we get him on the show.
yeah, he can talk bits and bytes and crypto, and we can have some fun.
Okay, this would be very, 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 very
Yeah, I hope to get him on the
nice.
show that Friday,
Okay,
maybe.
See if we can do that. All right, well, perfect. Well, it's me. I've been having a few of my libations have been going down, and, it's my Flomax didn't kick in, so it's time to, I'm on a roll today, aren't I?
Flomax, man,
I got a really good night's
Wow.
sleep last night. It was awesome. Anyway, we're going to take a break. We're going to go get Angus off the beach.
Yeah.
We're going to get Deena, bring her up here. Hopefully Angus will not, harass her too much. And then we'll be back and we'll talk some more here. Hibachi Talk. We'll be back in a minute.
Hi, my name's Hillary Weinberg. I'm the host of The Whole Gamut on Think Tech Hawaii. See us live every Tuesday at 1 p.m. or on our YouTube channel to hear us talk about world affairs from Hawaii and beyond. See you then.
Hi, I'm Ethan Allen. I host Likeable Science on Think Tech Hawaii, and I do this because I care about science literacy in Hawaii. I want to spread the understanding that science is a vital and interesting part of everyone's life. I want to make sure the broadest possible spectrum of people understand the beauty and the value of science and realize that science plays out each and every day of their lives. I want you to understand that science is fun. So we bring on to this show each week guests who are scientists, from astronomers to zoologists, and we talk about what they do and how they do it. But most importantly, we talk about why you should care about their work, why you should see that their work has value and impact on your life. So I hope you'll join us Fridays, 1 p.m. here on Think Tech Hawaii. You can watch us via live stream. You can watch us recorded on Olelo, and you can see us each week. We hope you'll join us.
Aloha, I'm Kirsten Baumgart-Turner, and I host Sustainable Hawaii every Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. My guests offer insights on challenging economic and environmental issues facing our state and offer innovative solutions to increasing Hawaii's long-term sustainability. Recently, we've been focusing on sustainable land development, food, and energy security. If you have a project or issue you'd like to discuss on the show or would like to be a guest, please contact me at kirstenbturner@gmail.com and tune in live weekly or view the show at your convenience at thinktechhawaii.com. Mahalo.
Aloha, welcome back to Hibachi Talk. We got Angus in the house, Deena's here. We're gonna have some fun this afternoon, so thanks for joining us. Angus, what do you got for us today, man?
Aloha, Drew.
Aloha, buddy.
How you doing there, lad?
All right, all right.
It's great to see you again.
Good to see you,
Welcome
sir.
back home. It's really, really good. Anyway, you know what? I don't make a lot of money because I have to buy all these gadgets.
I know.
So I've been thinking, how can I make a few extra bit of coin? So you know what I did last week? I went and got a tray, and I walked into a bar. I walked into a bar with a tray, and I walked up to the table, and I said, what would you like to drink? We only take cash. So guess what? They gave me some money, and I ordered for beer, and I walked out the door. Hey, so it's great. It's really easy.
So you're a thief.
Yeah, and I get a big tip. That's terrific, terrific. Anyway, so that's my new hint. I make a few extra dollars.
I see.
Anyway, I got a gadget for you. Actually, I got you a
right,
gadget for
all
us.
right,
It's
all
really, really the coolest thing. You know, we are a little bit follically challenged.
Follically, is that,
Follically
is that
challenged.
a word?
Can you say that? Follically. Scottish people cannot say follically very easily. But anyway, we're follically challenged. Continuing to grow any hair. But you know what? You cannot grow hair on a busy street, so that's why I cannot get any hair. But anyway, you know what? You take a look at this. This is a really, really cool gadget. I just love it. It is a phototherapy hairbrush. And look at a phototherapy hairbrush. So what you do, Drew, 15 minutes a day, you comb your hair for 15 minutes a day, and then within 6 months, you can have more hair. That's it.
It's real or it's a scam?
No, this is for real.
Have you been using it?
Yeah,
it
can
ain't
you
working.
tell? Can you not tell? I've been using this thing.
I think you've been had, buddy.
I've been there for 3 months. $99.
How much?
$99.
Oh, Angus.
No, wait. We added $199.
What?
I forgot. Yeah, it's $100 for I paid for that tray I
Angus.
walked in. Anyway, so this thing, you use it 15 minutes a day, and within 6 months or so, you'll have a hair on the top of your
hair.
head. Well, maybe.
One hair.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I got one up there. See it right there. See it there. So anyway, so you got the one hair going up there. Anyway, so that's my gadget of the week. I'll be off chasing the lassies. See, Deena's in the house. It's going to be great to have her on the show. Anyway, just remember, everybody, let your wind gang free wherever you be. Hello. Ha.
Angus has got a laser hairbrush that grows a hair. Now, I don't know about you, but if he's been using that for a while, I don't want one. $199. Angus, I'm not sure that could have been. I'm not sure if it was a low or a high, but it was an interesting article. So thanks for that. We have Deena in the house with us today. Deena, how are you? Aloha.
Well,
Thanks for showing up.
Deena, so nice to see you, dear.
Yeah.
I've been accused of flirting with the ladies who are on the show, just so you know. So
Okay.
I'll try.
We try to
Thanks for
keep
the warning.
We try to keep some gap over there.
Stop flirting with the females when they're on the show. I'm a happily married man. I'm not flirting with the ladies on the show. Anyway, so that's
believe you.
anyway, so it's nice to have you on the show. We're going to
awesome.
talk about your company and what you've been doing, and woman-owned small business.
Yep.
Of some presence here in the state of Hawaii, I might add.
Yeah.
So that's very, very cool. But first, we always got to ask this kind of question. This is one we always ask, local style. So where did you go to school?
Well, I learned when I moved to Hawaii they weren't talking about college.
Yeah, see?
So I will answer the question probably with two answers.
Okay.
So first is high school. I went to a school in San Antonio, Texas. That's where I grew up. I went to a private Christian school. And then college was University of Texas in San Antonio.
Hook 'em horns.
Wow. What was
Almost.
what was your major?
Information systems.
Oh, so you
In the College of Business, yes.
There we go. We have a lady that went into the tech business as opposed to someone who goes into anthropology.
Yep.
And becomes
What?
a-
Me, like me?
Yeah, like you, right. So you grew up in Texas.
For the most part, yeah. My dad was in the military, so we moved around quite a bit when we were really little, but for the most part in San Antonio, in Texas. After college, I moved to Dallas, so I lived in Dallas for a number of years before I came to Hawaii.
So Air Force or?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did training. The Navy uses the Air Force Police Academy at Lackland.
Yep.
So I was sentenced to 6 months there
Yeah, you
to go
were
to
6 months
school
there,
in
yeah.
1990.
Yeah.
But we used to go up to the big college town.
Yeah,
Which-
Austin. Yep.
Yeah.
What's the big college town?
Austin.
This naive
You
Hollywood
head
boy
up,
from
well,
Canada
San
doesn't-
Antonio's a huge town. It's a huge
Yeah.
place, but
Okay.
the party's up about 60 miles up the road there. Not too far.
No, it's close. About an hour.
Austin's a
Austin,
crazy
UT.
town.
Oh, okay. Now, you lived in Dallas?
So I lived in Dallas for about 7 years before I moved to Honolulu.
Plano?
Wow.
I do. I moved around during the 7 years, but at the end, I lived in a place called McKinney, which is right next to Plano and Frisco, where all those big companies
All
are
the big
moving.
companies are. The reason I ask is I almost moved to Plano. I
Yeah?
was that close.
Yeah, yeah.
So when I decided on the flight back to not take the job, the company that was hiring me went bankrupt about
Oh,
60
shoot.
days later.
Ouch.
Good decision.
Another fine decision I didn't make, so I did not go. So it was great.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
after school, you started working there in IT?
Yeah, so after college, I became a software engineer, and I was I moved up. That was when I moved up to Dallas. I was working for Sprint, and it was right towards the tail end of the dot-com bubble. I mean, we were still in the bubble when I graduated, so it was a really cool time to graduate. What was weird was I probably had about 6 to 9 months maybe of doing old school programming. I mean, I was doing COBOL, JCL, the old
Old school.
stuff.
That's all we know.
That's music.
I mean it in the nicest
to
way.
my
At least it was
ear.
still alive then.
Someone as young as you doing JCL and COBOL
Oh my
is
God.
terrific.
Well, it was funny because I got really good career advice. I had a really great first manager, and he told me, Deena, the only person in charge of your career is you. So you need to figure it out. So I pushed, the web was really hot. I knew I wanted
Sure.
to do it really to begin with, but they put me in this group. And so I said, well, I don't want to be here. Let's figure it out. So I kind of maneuvered all through, the best ways you can without being disruptive. And moved on to the web team, and I was kind of in the billing area of Sprint. And so it was cool because we were doing this web application that was going to, where you would log in with your account. You could log in to pay your bills. It was like a
Ooh,
relatively
how
new
how
concept.
innovative
I
is
know, right?
that? Woo.
And so we enabled, so the project that I was on was to enable the ability to pay by check. So it's just crazy when you think back
Sure.
on what that was. But that was, there were people just circulating through the team. Everybody was going to these, .com companies, and it was just a different era. I got another opportunity after that within Sprint to move to do Siebel, which is now Oracle Siebel. So I have an extensive background in large CRM systems, which started there.
Started
Wow, right on.
Now, how did you end up in Hawaii?
So after Sprint and starting with Siebel, moved on and did more Siebel work, started doing consulting. I worked for Capgemini, Ernst & Young. I worked for IBM Global Services.
Okay.
Was living like a gypsy. I had my stuff in
Wow.
the bell captain's closet at the hotel that I was, because I was consulting in Rhode Island right before I moved here. And I was just tired of living like a gypsy. So a friend of a friend submitted my resume to a job here for the state to manage the program where you and I met.
Okay.
And that I didn't think I would necessarily get it, but I did. And when they offered me a job, I was really excited. And I think like many people who first move to Hawaii think, oh, okay, I'll do this for a couple of years and we'll see how it goes. But it turned out to be,
Many. Many
I've
years.
been here for, 9 years.
9 years. So
That's
and
awesome.
loving it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's either it's if not, well, obviously you love it because you're here. You've been here
Yep.
9 years, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
it's gonna be what it is. And then you so you have
So
a very
it
interesting.
was under
career.
Ernst & Young? I'm trying to remember. So
Yeah,
or
so-
was it another job here, just you moved
I
laterally
worked
inside them?
for,
or-
no,
Okay.
I was working for Ernst & Young, for Capgemini, Ernst & Young, and then I moved to IBM Global Services. So I was
Okay.
doing global services, consulting work for many large clients, doing Siebel implementations. And I submitted my name through a friend of a friend to the state of Hawaii.
Oh, so
My
it was
resume
actually a state
was
job?
completely
Oh, I
yeah.
see. I thought it was IBM Services
no,
here
I-
in
I
Hawaii.
moved-
Gotcha, okay.
It was a complete severance.
Wow.
you went to the
you
dark-
went, you went from the big time to the dark,
Dark side.
side.
So you went to
Did
the
they have a
dark side.
computer when you got there? That's the first question.
Wang via 65. So you went to the state.
Yeah, that was
OMT or
I
which-
went to the courts.
Oh, well,
Oh,
let's
wow.
go to the courts. Oh, Peter Carlisle was the head of the
Probably
prosecuting,
back then,
attorney,
yeah.
Prosecuting attorney's office back in
Yeah.
those days.
Yeah, he was.
So,
Yeah, it was
and they
fun
were putting
times.
in a new system back in those days too, I remember.
Yeah, the courts were, I think it's still in progress. I think they had some, they had some challenges, which
Right.
I think is common. But it was a really interesting thing. I mean, they were managing this big program. They were struggling because if you look back on their history, they've never really had to implement something so large. It was really to move a lot of the court case systems onto a single consolidated solution and kind of create more transparency, more efficiencies and things like that. A different view of how they looked at the record in terms of the court record.
Sure.
And so, I felt for them, it was like they'd had these systems in place for 20 plus, probably even 30 years in
Yep.
some cases.
Yep.
And so now all of a sudden it's like their world was just turned upside down. And
Wow.
it was a very tough situation for them. It was a great opportunity. I learned a lot. I loved, the experience. I had great support from the leadership team, and it was a fun time.
Wow.
Yeah. So how many
Big
years did you spend
project.
on the dark
Yeah, what-
side?
I was there for 3 years. Yeah, it was a huge culture shock for me and probably for the people that worked with me. They were probably like, who's this crazy person? But yeah, I mean, I'd worked in private sector, huge organizations, and then I make a complete switch and I'm working for a state agency in Hawaii, and
Yeah.
it was like, wow, this is a huge
Yeah,
change.
yeah.
It
Not a
was-
hub of tech out here.
Yeah.
And not exactly one of the highest paying jobs
Yeah.
either.
Well, I
You
mean,
come
she's
into that.
probably her project was sort of at the cutting edge of what was even happening here.
Yes.
I'm just guessing, right?
Yeah.
There just wasn't a lot of development happening. Stuff just sat and sat and
Yeah.
sat.
So here we go, and we were talking about this, lightheartedly somewhat, but I'm still PO'd about the fact that, again, they go and do an audit. They're
Yep.
going to do an audit, and they go to a mainland firm. We'll talk about your company a little bit too.
Sure.
But you come up against this all the time. I know
Yep.
we do,
Yep.
and you come up all the time. What is the mindset? Why can't we get people to think and realize that we do have talent here?
It's a tough thing. I mean, I think we can do what you're doing and just try to be more broad, get the word out and try to educate people. It's tough because you see the RFPs that drop, and there's certain things about them that make it difficult for a company like mine sometimes to respond to. So then I kind of have to figure out how do I help out the best ways that I can. So that definitely adds a challenge. I mean, it would. I don't think that they're doing it on purpose. I'd like to think that at least. I think it's more just, here's a big thing. I know I need this, and they put out such a large thing that it's just very difficult for, I think, everyone to say I can do all of this.
All of this, yeah. Well,
So-
even if they bring us in as a sub, it wouldn't hurt either.
Yeah.
The big name would come in and bring us a
Absolutely,
sub.
great point.
And they do that, they play that game, right? Okay, you have to use local subs,
Yeah.
right? They put your name on the paper, and you may get a call one day for $100 to do something so that you've met
Yeah.
the obligation, right? Well, we used them, yeah. They pushed
Right.
this piece of paper from that desk to that
Right,
desk.
right.
So running up against
Yeah,
all
I
this
think,
kinds
and
of.
I think I've seen some of that language, because we bid on state projects as well. And a lot of times, they want a bond up front just to bid,
Yeah.
things like that, which are, on a small business, kind of like really?
You think, I know.
And, yeah, 10%, stuff like that.
And you
which
think
is a
of all the
little
requirements they put
outlandish.
on, all those onerous requirements
just
they
to
put
bid.
on,
Yep,
right?
yep.
So all those onerous requirements go on, you've got to jump through all those hoops, and name one major successful state project
Yep.
that's come out, because the newspapers lately have not exactly been glowing,
Right.
because of those massive RFPs with
Yep.
all of those requirements,
Yep.
that's going to ensure that no one will waste
Yep.
any money.
I rarely even see that they have the oversight on the contract adequate. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like they
agree.
put it's written by, I think their intent is actually good, but then they themselves don't have the way, they can't manage these contracts. Even in our stuff is sometimes smaller and simpler, and the person that's supposed to be managing on their side of the house, the engineering team, doesn't actually know what they're talking about,
Right.
unfortunately. I'm sorry.
And this is, and we're going to take a little break, because I love these poignant pauses, because now, when we come back, we're going to talk about your company and
Great.
how you got it started. But, I'll just add to, it's the business of IT consulting, and you do a lot of project management. You have a lot of expertise in that field and area. And those, to me, is one of the major failings
Yeah.
of government projects, is because they're not properly project managed. Because early on whether it's going sideways or not. You know that for
Yeah.
sure. So anyway, we're going to take a little short break. We'll replenish our libations, and then we'll
Pay
come
some
back
bills.
and pay some bills, and we'll come back and we'll talk to you about how you started your company
Great.
and where you brought it today. So we'll be right back.
Aloha, this is Alice Hagen from ThinkTech Hawaii Business Education Spotlight. My show is a bi-weekly show on Thursday from 3 to 4 p.m. We invite interesting people, entrepreneurs, fascinating leaders who contribute to the social economic well-being of our state. Please tune in to my show, Business Education Spotlight, Think Tech Hawaii, bi-weekly, Thursday, 3 to 4 p.m. Aloha.
How's it? I'm Damon.
I'm Joe.
And we're the Lola Brothers.
We are the Lola Brothers.
We are the Lola Brothers. Hey, join us each week where we'll have wacky animations and adventures, and you'll get to hang out with one of our amazing friends. We'll talk about music and what
Life
else?
in general.
Life in general. All right.
Current events.
Current events.
Technology.
You can tweet us at ThinkTechHI.
Tweet us. We enjoy
And
it.
every Thursdays at 5 o'clock.
Thursday.
Join us.
5.
Now, live. Hello, how you doing? Welcome to Hibachi Talk. I see everybody's got a libation sitting here at the beach. We're here with Deena Tearney, and she's our guest today, and she is with Pacific, not with, but she is the creator of and managing partner of Pacific Point Business and IT Consulting.
Yep.
So, woman-owned business.
Yes.
You started it,
Yes.
and so that takes a lot of courage for anybody. but,
Yeah,
you know,
let's get into some of the, so after
how-
3 years in the state, what
Yeah, so
what
why and
transpired?
how?
Yeah, well, I think a couple things. So I came to the state, did that for a few years. I was there for about 3 years managing their program, kind of setting up their team. I mean, really, they needed a PMO, they needed PMs and BAs, a support team. I mean, we had kind of everything within there. Got that whole situation going, and moved, after I left the state, I decided to move into private sector, so I went to work at Hawaiian Airlines as an IT director.
right
I
on.
worked there for a couple years. And I think really just in the last, I guess I was there in total for 5 years when you crossed both jobs, and I felt like there was an opportunity in Hawaii to help our clients implement large, systems, from a
Sure.
business perspective.
It really is.
And so I feel like, with our team, the people that were kind of in my orbit, the people that I've worked with in the past, that I could come up with a creative way to help bring that kind of talent to our island and help those clients that are implementing large-scale business applications, because that's really our area of expertise. So we're really strong on methodology, project management methodology, as you guys were talking about earlier, the oversight, that project management capability of really having enough experience to go, that's a risk, this is an issue, we need to track that and kind of bring all the parties together. So I think we started the company really with that as our focus, to say, hey, there's really not, in my experience when I was trying, and as a hiring manager trying to find that kind of talent, had a hard time finding it, as we all know.
Yeah.
Yep,
It's,
there's
So-
and
not a
it's
lot.
not gotten easier.
Yeah.
And as I say to everybody that's out there, again, getting into this career, project management, PMI, go to the Project Management Institute, start taking the courses. Even if you don't get your certification at the end, just the methodologies and what you learn and go through in that.
But
can
take the
make you
PNP,
very
try it.
valuable.
I know it's tough, but take it.
Yeah.
Try the PNP. I say that's one of the toughest exams out there.
I guess. I wouldn't know it. I haven't taken it, but
But you've got the methodologies.
But you'll hire them.
and
You'll
the-
hire them if they pass it.
Yeah,
Probably.
you'll hire them if they pass it. So now, so how old's the company now? How long you've been
So
around?
it's been about 4 years. So we
Okay.
started in 2011. We really technically started operations in 2012
Okay.
in January, where we really went started to go after things. We really started from zero. I mean,
Right.
it was zero, but we had a good vision, we had a good plan, and we tackled it. And so we're several years in, or a couple years in, a few years in, we're doing really well, and I'm happy about those clients that have recognized what we've been able to bring to the table. And I think we evolved our company too. I mean, we've kind of broken out our services into strategic consulting services, where we help our clients kind of assess business applications that they have running. I might have a customer say, I have this tool, but it's not really giving me the value. I feel like there's something
Right.
missing in terms of optimizing it for my company. So we do things like that in the strategic consulting arena. And then the other area is systems implementation. So we have clients who come to us and say, can you help us manage our project? We've got something complex, we have a lot of vendors involved, we have a lot of bits and pieces, and we need someone that really knows how to do that. And then we have other clients that'll say, just do it, just like here, build this application.
Here's the
for
keys
me,
to the castle.
Start. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
build
so
it.
we
Nice.
we can work with our clients in a variety of ways.
Wow.
And then as we evolved the company a couple years ago, we looked at the tool set of our team. And as I said earlier, I have a CRM background. I worked with Siebel and
Right.
things like that before coming to Hawaii. And those are the kinds of people we also started bringing onto our team. So we felt like it made sense for us to develop an area of solution expertise in customer relationship management and in business intelligence. So in addition to those kind of core capabilities, we also have the solution expertise in CRM and BI. So we established ourselves as we're exclusive as the Salesforce.com partner in Hawaii, which is super awesome.
I saw that on your website.
We're also exclusive with Sugar CRM as their partner.
That's the other one,
Doesn't
right.
mean that we can't implement any other technology or really help any customers who are looking at a CRM initiative and trying to figure out how do I best do this. We definitely have tons of best practice experience with CRMs, regardless of technology. And then on the BI side, we can help people with enterprise.
BI being business intelligence.
Business intelligence, yep. And then we became the exclusive partner of Tableau on Island. So Tableau is the leading BI solution in the market. All three of these solutions are leading solutions, so we're very happy to be bringing them to this market. And I'm sure you'll be hearing more from us because we'll be talking more about it.
Well, you just got this free commercial
moment.
Yeah,
there you go. Thank you.
But you're very welcome. But this is interesting. Someone would say to me, well, isn't that like what Paxa does? And no, we don't play in that space, right? We're the next layer underneath, right? We do project management and those kinds of things, but not the application space.
Right.
That's not our expertise. That's where we like to partner with people like you because you've got the experience in the application side.
Exactly.
I don't want to touch it. I mean, that takes one heck of a lot more patience.
Well,
and you've got
right.
Yeah, it's really different.
And I think it's insightful that they took the knowledge that they had and looked to specialize in that area and then go chase those exclusivities out there so that you can represent yourself. Listen, I've got the backing of the manufacturer.
Right.
They made because they won't give you exclusivity if you, first of all, if you're not doing work for them and if you don't know what you're doing. So that's a feather in your cap, and that gives those customers comfort. We use ConnectWise, which I don't know if I know you know Christine, my wife, and we've been implementing it for like 3 years, and we're still using like probably 30% of it. I don't know. It's this huge. It's a little beyond CRM, but it bolts up to Salesforce in the front end. You can do other things. So these projects can be vast, and we're a small firm, so a big company can lose their way very easily on an implementation like that.
Right. Well, yeah,
and it's your front end, right? It's your CRM.
It's your CRM.
You need this.
Your customer relationship management system.
Right.
But like you were saying, of all the tools that people implement, how many of those capabilities are in that tool set do they use?
Right. Yeah.
I figure it's probably less than 20% in most cases.
Well, if you do it on their own, like we've been baking it in-house for years, but if you have a consultant, they can say, well, look, and here's how, and here's what you missed because you didn't go into this area,
I know a consultant that might be able to help you.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's start, I can have a show on contract negotiation.
Yeah.
We'll sit here and tell you, how do you negotiate a contract?
Right.
So.
What's the leading one what do you run across in Hawaii? I mean, Salesforce big?
Salesforce is big.
Is it?
Salesforce is big. It's really the market leader.
Sure.
I mean, just across the board. Gartner comes out with their Magic Quadrant every year, I guess. And Salesforce is, it's out there in the leader. So it's a leader. Sugar CRM is an innovator. I think they call it visionary on the Magic Quadrant. But they're both really great tools, and I recommend them so we do CRM vendor selections for our customers as well, and I really recommend, it's not like I would always say, go with Salesforce or go with this or that. It really depends on each individual customer, and there's just a whole nother way of, picking the right solution.
And that's one of the things I like about you and your company is that even though you've got your preferred partners out there, you work with the client and you find out what the client's needs are and then objectively say, you know what, maybe you shouldn't be Salesforce and you should be over here. And you're not afraid to say that because the key is, and that's one of the beauties we come back to, why you don't bring the mainland guys in here to do this stuff is the fact you want insurance of success because it relates to your next client.
Yeah, it
how
does.
you pick up the next one. So you just don't go, well, I'm going to ram this into your company because that's what I got to represent.
Right.
No, we're going to go this way, or state, or whoever it is. This is the one that shows that it would work best for you.
Yeah.
Not an IT decision, too. It's a business decision.
Correct. Yeah. We had a client recently who has been sitting on the fence with Salesforce. They've been trying to figure out if they wanted it or not. We met each other. And obviously, we talked about implementing Salesforce, and they told me we've been wanting to implement it, but we didn't have a local partner. And so this is a private sector. I mean, obviously it's a little bit different from public, but it was interesting to see that they wanted it, but they were afraid that they would implement it maybe not exactly right, and they wanted a local implementer because they were talking to a mainland-based implementer, and they were just worried that when we're done, then what? We have no one to talk to when we're done, and so
and that's what happens.
That kind of helped. It was good to like a, what do you call it, good confirmation, right, that we're doing the right things and our clients are happy with our value.
Right, right. So how do you get the word out on who you are? I mean, this is obviously going to be one way,
Yeah.
but how do you get the word out on who you are? You've been around since 2012. Essentially, like Pax said, we've been around since 2012, albeit we're different in the fact that we are an acquisition and merger of a bunch of companies.
Right.
But, and you started from ground zero, ground zero. But how do you get the word out on who you are and how do you grow this? And
Yeah, I mean, to date, it's all been through relationships and
Okay.
referrals, and I think that that's important. I think we're reaching a point with our business that we're looking at doing more widespread marketing, hosting events. We're going to be doing webinars, so check out that coming up soon. We're going to do more business educational webinars that share with the people in our community in Hawaii, or whoever wants to look at it, I guess. In terms of the depth of experience that's on our team. We've got some great people with excellent experience, and we want to start kind of getting the word out. So I would say that it's been a bit grassroots to date, but it needs to, we know we're at that point where we need to kind of take the next step in our marketing.
so can you tell me, like, how many clients do you have now? I feel like a spy now.
I know. Let me think.
You can say enough. There you go.
I don't know. We don't have a ton. I think some of them are really big. We've got a few that are really big and longer term, and then we have several that are just small. They're just smaller, shorter term kinds of contracts. We've got a good blend.
Let's talk about CRM and mobile a little bit, and how do the customers, are they savvy enough with their IT, their information assurance and all that to handle that piece of it? Do you go to other people to bring in the IA and then the IT side to make sure you got good cyber hygiene on the project, or how do you
That's
manage
what she calls us.
when they go to
And she calls
mobile?
you.
Mobile can change things. Depends on if it's cloud or whatever.
Yeah.
Depends on what you're doing, but
It does depend on what you're doing. Salesforce is in the cloud. They have a mobile application, so it's all already kind of built in.
Yeah,
with
it's
their,
encrypted already,
Right,
so
it's all
that's- you
kind
get
of
the
like set
security
up. You get
baked
it
in.
with their product. Sugar CRM is the same way, and I would imagine that several of the other of the COTS-based solutions would be very similar in that sense, particularly the ones that are hosted in the cloud.
Right.
In their cloud, yeah.
And you're seeing more of that cloud too, right?
Yep.
You like us, are seeing more and more businesses are realizing that there is a comfort level in the cloud. It's a lot more secure than
Yes.
standing it up in your own facility.
Yeah.
Those kinds of things. I mean,
Well,
it's
in
just.
CRM, the Salesforce mobile tool is really rich versus like the ConnectWise mobile tool, which I'm not familiar with a few of these, and so it's a focus, I think, for people, because I think so much more of what they do is done
Absolutely.
on that phone, so that's a question that has to be asked, I think of the force that's going to use it.
And I remember when they started up, when they were doing their startup, and people were saying they weren't going to last and so on. I said, there's something in about this model that really works, and it's
yeah.
pay-as-you-go kind of thing. And I think Larry Ellison said it wouldn't work and so on, but now, Oracle's seen the light. They're, now have
They're
their
doing
cloud
theirs,
offering, and that's going through.
Was it like PeopleSoft in the cloud?
Yeah, all of that stuff is now
They have an
coming up.
Oracle.
What's it
Oracle
called?
I think they call it something cloud. It's like Oracle CRM, Cloud CRM
X
for
something.
cloud.
Yeah.
And then for CRM, but if you're talking about just generic, I'm sure that's what it's called. Yeah.
So they, everybody's seen the light. They know that they've got in there. So we're running up on getting out of here in about a minute and change and so on. But so you've got a website, locations you want to tell people to go see where you're
There
at.
it is,
Yeah.
PacificPointCore.com.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
check
it
us out.
are you on Facebook?
We're planning to launch our new website, so yeah, I'm glad that you put that up there. We'll be putting a little bit more fresh content and as I said, the webinars and some other things to hopefully add some value to the community.
Well, I like your website, by the way. I thought it was very clean. I could find what I needed to know. It's right there and so on. I'm hoping one day that, we've tried a couple times to work together on
Yeah.
projects. It will happen.
It will happen.
The coolest one would be get all three of us on
Yeah,
one
that'd be
project. That
sweet.
would be pretty awesome. That would be.
If we can find some value for me, I'll be happy.
But it would
Just be
very-
sure you let Christine know, that's all.
Yeah, oh, well, yeah, I know. You have to get everything approved by Christine, and I have to get everything approved by my president, so, and I'm supposedly the boss, but that don't work.
Exactly.
You know how it is.
I know I'm not.
Yeah, so anyway, so we want to thank you so much for
Thank you,
joining
guys.
us today. It
This
was
is super
awesome.
fun.
We all of our guests get this autographed solo cup, so this is
Oh,
this is
wow.
yours. I know it's a wow moment.
truly honored.
I know. I can tell you chicken skin is happening there. You got number 37, so these are registered.
very
This is all
much.
yours.
Registered.
I shall cherish this the
Yeah.
rest of my life.
Yeah, I bet. That's the nicest thing that anyone's
I know.
said, that we've been given in this cup. Anyway, we want to thank you again. It's Pacific Point business and IT consultant.
Yep.
Deena Tearney, she's been our guest today. We want to thank all of you. We've gone through another 45 minutes enjoying some libations here at Hibachi Talk. Just want to thank Zuri again. Zuri,
Yep.
you did it again. Awesome.
Thank Nick.
Thank you. It's been great.
Thanks
Angus,
to Jay.
I'm going to give up on you one day, I think. Anyway, so we thank everybody for spending some time with us. Follow us on YouTube as well to see us out there. And once in a while, we get a shot on the level. Anyway, like I say to everybody every week, just remember, how you doing?